better roll them dice. You never know if it could change your life. Take a chance, you're neither wrong or right. You never know if you don't roll them dice. You better roll them dice. You never know.
Matt, do you ever think about when Gene Roddenberry pitched Star Trek as Wagon Train to the Stars and called space the final frontier?
Right.
That he
He's
was
like,
really
listen, everyone's going to wear mini skirts there. If you're a lady later on in the 80s, also guys.
He was really reaffirming Frederick Jackson Turner's frontier thesis, you know, like I think that he was really like trying to make a point about space, about
military man,
about America, about the the settling of the unsettled West, about the the drive, manifest destiny, but a gentler version. I think that listen. Far be it from me to criticize Star Trek, which is a beloved
what if
franchise.
Vulcan's the 51st state, Rob? Let's just bring those Vulcans into the Empire.
I'm just saying that maybe Star Trek did a little bit to sort of like whitewash the settling of the frontier, the whole colonialist enterprise. Again, far be it from me to cast aspersions, but I'm just saying something to think about.
It is, and I'm so glad you've come over to my side. So for this actual prep episode, again, patented Dungeon Master of None, where you and I prep our like next game session. Are we going to prep a Star Trek adventure? Is that what you're saying?
We're going to prep. Well, here's the thing, Matt. we talked about prepping.
Or are we going to Austin, Texas?
We are going to prep a space adventure.
Okay.
And I think our sort of foundation here is actually going to be Mothership. But I was thinking about Star Trek.
So we are going to Austin, Texas. Joe Rogan.
That's right.
Kill Tony.
That's right. But I was thinking that if we design the right, so what is a standard sort of Mothership adventure?
Yeah.
And there's lots of them, but I think the sort of the central nugget is a spaceship that with weird things happening on it, right? And
a space place could be an asteroid, a station.
That's right. But
usually often a ship.
Some place in space, and something weird is happening. Now, we're gonna hew towards Mothership, but I feel like the right weird space place is something that you could use in a Star Trek game or a Starfinder game, in a game of Coriolis or Eclipse Phase. Any. Here's the thing. It's a trope, but every space adventure, even a gee whiz pulp action Flash Gordon space adventure has room for a spooky weird spaceship. Like you can fit it in anywhere. So yes, we are basically prepping a Mothership adventure, but we're going to keep it loose enough that it can be system neutral-ish.
Yeah. Mothership is a good way to prep too, because it's usually location based, right? In that firm OSR tradition of give your players a weird sandbox to play around in, and then like a one shot is super easy, because a one shot is like there's usually one like clear enemy, like one alien or one group of aliens or weird space phenomenon, and then around that weird place and weird creature, all you have to do is kind of come up with why it's mysterious and like what clues lead people around, and then you sprinkle around some normal people, usually some factions, right, who have opinions about things, and then maybe as a final touch we'll try and come up with some twists, some events, some things that are keep it from just being players go around, keep the environment dynamic.
We've talked about it before, but I think the Warden's Manual for Mothership has some of the best advice for prep, just period. It is designed specifically and focused on a scary horror adventure, but it's a really good template to follow. I do it almost directly when I'm prepping a session for Mothership, and it's got a bunch of cool tables and acronyms like tombs that you can just sort of like follow the checklist and you've got an adventure. We're not going to stick to it precisely, but if you are looking for just like some really simple bare bones how to structure an adventure like this, the Warden's operations manual is very, very good. Doesn't ask a ton from you.
There's some great advice for just running the investigation part, which we will keep in mind, which is the players always find the clues, the simplest and best rule for any space mystery. So we've got location, monster, mystery, people and factions, twists and events. Where should you start, or where should we start?
I think I wouldn't always recommend this, but for this type of adventure, for this type of setting, I think we got to start with our location, right? We got to start with what sort of space place are we in? And so, Matt, I'm thinking about this, and this is, I never get tired of this. You know, I love, oh, it's a weird spaceship. It's not responding to our hailing frequency. There's no life signs aboard. What happened? You know, it's been done a million times, and I never get bored. But we should maybe try to innovate, iterate a little bit. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here, but like let's see if we can come up with something a little unusual.
Sure. Let's I think the first way to do that when you're thinking of it is to give it a job, right? Spaceships, space stations, space places have purposes. Is it a port? Is it something? Let's come up with some weird jobs that we haven't seen in any of the adventures we've read for Mothership. That's new. What's the job of this space place?
Okay, that's good. One thing that I have not seen recently, it isn't entirely new, but is like a farm ship, like a not like a biosphere, but a ship that grows plants or maybe algae, this big algae vats or something like that.
Ooh, yeah.
In a sort of a related, again, this is not entirely unique, but like a water ship, one that collects ice asteroids and processes them.
That both of those can be fun because they just weird environments for your players to have to deal with while solving a mystery just flow from that, literally, right? There's leaks, right. There's a thing you have to go swimming in, or big ice containers you have to deal with. Let's see. I think a TV studio is a weird thing. I was trying to think of some weird jobs, like what if there's a station or a ship that broadcasts system news? It could be an NPR type station. There's a bunch of recording equipment. Maybe it's because I'm looking at recording equipment, so that's maybe not the best way to go. But
would that be a beacon or like a station, or that would be a ship?
I think that would probably be more like a space station. But I mean, like space station, spaceship, essentially the same thing. The players just can't steal it at the end.
Yeah, I like a broadcast station, like TV studio antenna in like somewhere in orbit that's broadcasting. Yeah,
Adani 7 News at Universal Coordinate Time Action Team.
Ooh,
here
like
with
that.
Meteorite weather. Chet Chetman.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe
any other location ideas as we kind of narrow this down? I think both. We've got two good ones. Just imagine swimming around these algae vats.
An infrastructure ship, like like the space equivalent of a, one of those like a road truck that's like laying down gravel, except instead of gravel, it's, I don't know, it's dropping
hyperlanes.
Hyperlanes, thank you. I was struggling.
Yeah. That's good. That would be one with lots of weird devices. All right, here's where I like to, when I've run Mothership and similar mysteries in the past, is keep these jobs or weird locations. We have 3: a algae water farm ship, a TV broadcast station, and a hyperlane paver ship.
A paver.
Keep those in mind, and then come up with the like antagonist or phenomenon or monster or alien, and then see which pair of those types of things works best.
Okay. I like that. That's a good way to narrow it down. So what? So we're gonna go to monster or threat now.
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, let's
Let's
go with
see.
some weird aliens. Or again, one of the great things about Mothership, it can just be a weird space phenomenon.
Can be a weird space phenomenon. Let's see. Good boy. I have run a bunch recently that were really, really out there, really weird stuff. So I'm gonna try to get not too galaxy brained about this. Let's see.
Start us off with your Galaxy Brain one.
No. We're gonna work up to galaxy.
Not
brain.
Galaxy Brain one.
Let's start with a standard alien that eats people. But here's what's different about this alien that eats people that makes it different than a xenomorph, for example. Not that I have a problem with a xenomorph.
Well, xenomorph, just needs people to lay its young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a sentient carnivorous fungus? Yeah, I like that. That's good. That has potential.
Cool. No,
Like,
that one, I mean, I can already see how that can fit in with a very damp ship, a wet ship.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm gonna just throw out a murderous or misunderstood but murderous, very large robot.
Yes.
A lot of the evil robots I've seen are not big, and I was like, I love a really big robot.
Big.
And so
misunderstood, possibly malfunctioning robot.
And then I've got one more monster idea, but
I've also
I'll
got
let you
one
go
more.
next.
And it's more of a threat idea, and this is obviously tailored towards one of our locations, but it's I can't get it out. It's a signal that makes you crazy, Matt. It's it's a song or a broadcast. Again, this is well trodden, but we can have fun with it. Signal that makes you crazy, signal that makes you kill people, or makes you into a slavish devotee of some idea, whatever.
The ear, to throw my Poe in there, the ear Conqueror Worm.
Ooh, I like the ear Conqueror Worm. Ooh, Matt. Ooh,
yeah.
Okay, sorry. What's your last idea?
My last one is just weird clones.
Yeah, weird clones is a great one. I love weird clones.
Yeah, I just like it. It can also be a fun investigation when there's a lot of people that end up like looking very similar, and they're like, what's going on here? Is there some cloning that's gone awry, or some other thing that is causing clones? And then, okay, so we've got to recap for our listeners, we've got algae water farm ship, TV broadcast station, hyperlane generator type infrastructure ship, monsters, carnivorous fungus, murderous very big robot, signal that makes you crazy, weird clones. What's our best? We got to pick one of these for our one shot one combo. So we've already got 3 times 4. We got 12 different combos here.
I mean, here's a not so hidden insight into how I make decisions. I love ear Conqueror Worm so much that I think that would be the title of our adventure, and the the broadcast, and I also love Poe, so I kind of want to go with the ear Conqueror Worm.
Okay, cool. That if you've got a good title, I mean, we're just doing this for our prep, not for publication, but you can't say no.
Can't say no.
Okay, I mean, that one could be fun in some of the other, obviously it matches perfectly with TV broadcast studio. And I think just putting a local news or an NPR vibe to it makes it really easy to prep. But I would hear arguments for either of our other locations.
So the TV broadcast makes the most sense. I think the infrastructure paver ship could be interesting, because you would maybe part of it would be tracking the path of this ear Conqueror Worm, as the paver ship is passing by various settled locations, people are hearing it. It is somehow broadcasting from this ship that should really just be doing nothing but laying hyperlane paths. So I would say the obvious easy one is the TV station, but it could fit anywhere.
Well, we've got to prep our game in less than an hour, so let's go with the easy one.
Let's go with the easy one.
I can think of some fun.
I want to at least entertain other ideas, but I think we should go with the obvious one, the TV station, the TV broadcast.
Yeah,
literal
awesome.
Station, a literal
TV
station.
Space station. We could start fleshing out the rules of this ear Conqueror Worm. We could start doing locations for the TV mystery. My approach, though, is to now go straight to what is, again, if the players didn't have this horrible job where they had to go solve something, that our hook, which we'll get to probably at the end, what's going to happen, right? What's is this either through natural course event, because we don't know if this earworm just kind of happens or it has a malign plan of some kind, but what would happen? So that's where I like to start, is hey, if nothing happens, this signal infects everyone until they go crazy and do X, or it broadcasts its signal to a hugely populated hive city planet and this happens.
Yeah, again, let's not reinvent the wheel here. The ear Conqueror Worm is a self-replicating signal. If you hear it, you want to spread the signal to everyone who hasn't heard it, where it came from, what it wants, all if you hear it, you have to spread it. So if you don't shut down the station, then they will build more broadcast relays, and every planet in the system will suddenly be full of people who are doing nothing but relaying the Conqueror Worm until all sentient life in the galaxy has heard it, and then I don't know, they'll all die, because once you've finished your task, then you just sort of waste away into nothing.
Rob has described the Sinclair Broadcasting Group. We're getting political here. Okay, no, that makes sense. But again, let's now drill down for. So the mystery is it's a self-replicating signal. Its purpose is to self-replicate. We could go to nuts and bolts. You can leave this blank, though. We could say, hey, it was accidentally created by, some tech corporation trying to invent the perfect jingle or something like that using an AI or something, or it's an alien, thing. Or we can leave that blank for now or forever and just get into the mechanics of how it's translated, or what specifically is the point where critical mass is reached and it can't be interacted with in a meaningful way by the players. We can go with either of those.
Let's start with mechanics and work backwards, because I've got some fun ideas for where it could have come from, but we can figure that out later. Okay, here's what happened. Here's a pitch. Is broadcasting station, which I'm going to call SPRN, starting with S for space, in the same way that A is for army. And anyway, SPRN has went offline, and then very briefly had a burst of transmission activity, and then went offline again. That burst of activity, every ship that heard it was afflicted with the Conqueror Worm, but it didn't continue to spread because...
Yeah, wait. I'll make this easier for you.
Okay.
The station went offline.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
I overthought it. The station went offline.
It hasn't spread beyond the station. Yeah.
I was overthinking it. The station went offline. Nobody knows why.
But something bad is going to happen. the station is, let's say, slowly drifting down to orbit, and its emergency thrusters will come on. It will land on a populated planet.
This gives me an idea for some of our people or factions. Okay, so whatever happened, the Conqueror Worm starts taking over the station, but there is one or a small group of people who are smart and clever and plug their ears, and they are trying to stop the Conqueror Worm people from taking full control of the station. They're the only ones who are stopping them from gaining control of the transmitter and transmitting it to the rest of the colony. They are holding out in like a control room or a utility closet or something, and they are running out of time.
Sure. I think that I'll push back and say that's a good role for the player characters.
Okay.
And say that there are some people who are uninfected, and they're not exactly sure why they haven't been infected by the Conqueror earworm. They're maybe holding out, but they don't, just because stuff is weird, or maybe they're silly and incompetent because it's a local news station.
Okay, that's great. I was trying to figure out logically why they would not have.
Why isn't? Well,
doesn't matter.
Let's get the.
Maybe they make really good rolls.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to the mechanics of the thing first. I think you have suggested it by saying plugging your ears. It is an auditory, like self-replicating signal.
Yeah.
Signal. Is there any way we could make that weirder? Because plugging your ears is pretty easy. And by making it weirder, we can explain why it maybe hasn't spread to every single living person on the station. Maybe some weird things have to happen.
Okay, let's get into some maybe we do some weird analog horror stuff. So maybe this is a TV station. This is a visual medium. So maybe there's so they discovered something, or an old broadcast, which is kind of weird by itself, but like doesn't sound like something, but it includes the ear conqueror worm, which is in a frequency that human beings cannot actually hear, but is slowly infecting everybody who is around the broadcast. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
How about instead of hearing it, we associate it with hearing, because it's actually the ear conqueror worm started as just like okay, yeah, well that's non-auditory sound. So it exists as a set of like vibrating frequencies that reconstruct parts of your matter. It could get really weird.
Ooh. Okay, wait, hang on.
Like
I'm into this. It actually
you can become a transcendent being that exists
transforms
on a different
you somehow.
plane.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. That's even weirder.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like a bit like other
it was stored in a old broadcast tape that someone was looking for something and unearthed, right?
The ear conqueror worm infection process has like multiple stages, right? You start out.
Stages are good. That's what I want. Yeah.
Yeah. You start out.
Stage 1, the hiccups.
Stage 1, you become obsessed with the broadcast. Stage 2, you lose autonomy and have to start working to spread it, right? It takes control of you, and you are now part of the process that makes the ear conqueror worm spread. And then stage 3, it changes you into something.
So at stage 1, we could say the actual like vibrations and stuff manifest at stage 1 by you're like humming a jingle, and you could, we both have like our own local TV stations that have certain earworm jingles. Stage 2 is like you develop some kind of trimmers, or if you have a science person, your like molecules are, sorry, I'm trying to come up with a science where your
No.
like atoms and matter are like vibrating at a certain
the flux
frequency.
capacitor, Matt.
Yeah. Which manifests in trimmers, right? And stage 3 is you transform into like a higher stage being on the Conqueror Worm's plane of matter. Which maybe this is, I have an idea for it's like ultimate cosmic origins now. This is just aliens that live in a higher dimension, like fracking lower dimensions to like create harvestable energy, and it they vibrate our dimensions, and it eventually percolates up.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's fracking sentient beings. Okay. Beautiful.
Okay. And then last but not least is we need what do you actually have to do to get infected / infect someone else? I sort of like the idea that maybe people, so I think I've seen a lot of Mothership ones where people infect another person and then that infects another person. So if we're in a TV studio where there's like all this equipment, there's it to like be infected, you have to listen to an entire jingle, and then the way to like save yourself is to like make yourself unconscious or something, give yourself a head injury or something like that to shake it from your mind.
Sedate yourself. Yeah.
Right. Listen to it backwards. And so like I can see like some clues there, like there's a bunch of destroyed broadcasting equipment. Someone has put it on a loop playing on all the audio equipment here. Yeah, the people are not there's not people trying to come up and put earphones on your head. There could be though.
I think
maybe it's
that's
only
better.
at like stage 2. At the end of stage 2, you start trying to
this is good. This is
people
a nice sidestep a little bit. Yeah, instead of it just spreading from person to person, it can only be. You can only be infected by being exposed to this jingle, this horrible psychic ad that somehow the TV station. I do like the idea that this is an advertisement. Let's make it a little bit. Let's make it a little fun and wacky. Like the catchiest local insurance agent ad, or personal injury lawyer. Is infecting people, and you have to be exposed to the actual media.
So let's make it a personal injury ad, right?
Yeah.
Have you been? Yeah, I can't sing, but we can imagine. Take your favorite local jewelry store commercial and put. Have you been injured in a space trucking accident? Call, route your IP to
route your IP
877-555. 9293.
So some people figured out what was going on. They tried to smash some of the equipment, and instead of maybe it infecting people and then making them spread it, like maybe there's a person who, for scrutable or inscrutable reasons, wants to make this happen. Maybe they've just gone mad, or maybe they're a emissary or agent of these higher beings of vibration. But yeah, maybe there's a person who is trying to use this station to spread the Conqueror Worm, and that's somebody that you got to stop.
Factions. Here's our people and factions. Here's our first one. We have the new CEO, who is in fact an alien.
Yeah.
Or
all right.
So infected or controlled it makes no difference. We'll just give him a great local news name. We can go to the the you can go to the Anchorman side characters if you want. But I'm gonna call Barbie Barbaro.
Barbie Barbaro. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. The new producer. Actually, producer is better than CEO for a. She can't be scanned as an alien because she is a created being by these higher dimension, the earworm people.
And maybe there's something, maybe if players use some of their like high tech equipment, they can tell that something is off about her, but not enough to like to know that she's an alien.
Let's give we can give a couple of clues in that. The clues is that there are no records beyond like there's just things that don't make sense if they pull up her personnel file. Like she was born on a Monday and became the producer on a Thursday, you know. Like so, the dates,
something that's obviously incorrect if you look at it,
match like you know. Her place of origin says normal human planet. You know, her gender says TV producer. You know, it's just like the personnel files are all matched up. And then the other clue is that
she doesn't act right. She doesn't like know things that like a normal person should know. She superficially appears normal, but like the more that you ask her questions or the more that you try to like, you know, figure out what her deal is, the stranger her responses become. She's not familiar with historical events or really anything that she ought to know about.
I think we need on SPRN Action News 7. Action News 7 on the when does it broadcast? When the station is over your part of the system.
That's right. Coming to you live from geosynchronous orbit. It's Action News.
Actually, 7. We're not live. Calculate the speed of light from our station. So it's anywhere between 8 minutes and 7 hours out of date. But we do need some like just a simple set of locations in the station. So obviously I'll start. There's like a cool broadcast studio.
Gotta have a cool broadcast studio.
And then next to it, there is the production area.
Yep.
And then I'm guessing the staff like have to live here. So there's like a living
staff quarters,
a living wing. And then there's the sort of engineering broadcast area that has the high powered antenna to shoot the local news thing. What are some other weird and funky locations we can come up now that we have those basics?
There's probably a hangar or a bay.
Yeah,
you know, ships have to come and go sometimes from here.
And then let's go with a green room. The broadcast studio for added effect is at the center of this spinning space station, so that the news broadcasters always broadcast in 0G. The space truckers like that.
Of course. Everyone likes that. Yeah, it makes it feel authentic.
It's hell. It's hell to work under these conditions when artificial gravity exists.
That's good too, especially for Mothership, because there's such good rules for 0G. And so, whatever our final confrontation is will take place in the 0G broadcast studio, and players will have to figure out how to navigate that.
Yeah. There's a production area and then a bunch of supply closets, and then of course the like broadcast archive where the thing originates. Let's see. Do we have any? We can always continue to add more locations as we come up with them. Let's add some more people who are zipping around. I've got one. How about Caroline Collingsworth, who is the lead anchor.
Great. I was thinking we needed a lead anchor. Perfect. How about
and then let's give
James
her James
James Jimmy Burns. Yeah, that's right. It's sports. That's right. That's
you burnt. What a 0G handball move. You burnt. Classic Jimmy Burns.
Jimmy Burns.
And then let's give them all, a 2 or 3 word personality. So Caroline Collingsworth, let's see, I would say still composed. She's a show must go on, and a consummate professional. And one other personality trait, hates everyone else.
Perfect.
Be incredibly happy if they all died.
So Jimmy, I think, is high energy. He's probably panicking. Let's see. A third trait is that he is sleeping with Barbie Barbaro.
Nice. Yes, Barbie Barbaro is like, I love the act of love making.
love making with other humans.
As another human, and a camera operator, Leslie Ives.
Nice. Let's see. How about a hotshot reporter? We'll go with
back on assignment.
Mike
from assignment. Sorry.
Hagelman's great. Mike Hagelman, who is suspicious of everyone, incredibly arrogant, and probably knows what's going on, or the most likely person to know, even though he is unlikely to be helpful or share that information with the players.
And Leslie Ives is a wallflower who is deep in sports gambling debts.
Great.
Based on bad tips from Jimmy Burns.
From Jimmy. Okay. Cool.
And actually still likes Jimmy. Is still asking for
still thinks Jimmy's going to come through.
Yeah. All right. And now we just need to take some of these people and, we can always make a table for some other random crew and separate them into kind of default locations and factions, because we've established that the station is offline. It is drifting. Someone like shut down. Should we say like all the power is off? And that, the players maybe first thing might be, hey, let's turn the power and air on, or let's
say there's emergency powers. There's lights, there's
power.
Air,
okay.
there's life support, but just the
engine
minimum
is off, so it's no longer in its correct orbit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Twist event situations default. We've got emergency power only, drifting, and then we can put some of these. I guess we should figure out like who is at stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, or we can separate these people into factions and put them like hiding away. We can put someone is dead and missing, right? Another NPC who we haven't named yet. It's always good to start with a dead body.
Yeah.
we could start with Caroline Collingsworth's co-anchor, Chip Dawson is dead.
Okay, Chip Dawson's dead. And
but
I think
he's been transformed into pure energy, so maybe there's no body. I
think we
missing.
should have two. I think we should have one person who's been murdered, probably by Barbie Barbaro, and one person who has transcended into a being of pure vibration and is just straight up missing. So Chip could be either.
Chip is murdered. Maybe he was infected. He was just being weird, and
he's got a straight up like gunshot wound or a stab wound, and he's dead. And then let's
put him floating in 0G.
Great.
If players access like broadcast video, they can see him, at stage 2 or stage 2B trying, just being weird, and eventually Barbie just shoots him in the head.
How about producer Gail Simonson transformed into
Gail G. Simonson?
Gail G. Perfect. Yeah. Transformed into a being of energy or a being of vibration, and there are clues in her quarters because she's gone. She's just disappeared. But if the players find out that she's missing and investigate, maybe she left a recording behind or some notes or something.
Assistant producer Gail G. Simonson, who was the first person infected by our actual alien, chief producer Barbie Barbaro, like in her notes, we know that she was pissed, passed up for promotion, and instead of becoming the chief producer, this person was put in there, and that then she also has clues about the recording.
Great.
What other clues? Because I'm looking around, and the players can get some clues, obviously from the NPCs and from the quarters of this person, and some. They should be able to pick up a science clue from the murdered body of Chip Dawson. Yep. Is any of our other people that we've put up, sports with Jimmy Burns, a hotshot reporter Mike Hagelman, wallflower camera operator Leslie Ives, are any of these people at like one of the stages by default?
Yes.
I think we should give one of them one.
I think that either, let's see, I think probably Jimmy or Leslie should be at stage 2.
Stage one. We can advance it, and you can advance it at any time.
Better.
Yeah.
We can put a clock in the adventure. If they don't do anything, then this person gets to stage 2.
And then now that we've worked out some things, I can go back in my prep to if the players do nothing, the station is currently offline and drifting. All of these people will be eventually infected and disappeared. And Barbie Barbaro, and this can be another clue in the like quarters, is that there's essentially a pre-programmed route to land this station. I just had a great idea with like your analog stuff, right? Maybe this station, maybe all of the recording areas and stuff like that are copying tapes of the jingle, and it, to systems outside of the broadcast area, like the station broadcasts to other outlying posts, and it sends a recording via autonomous, high acceleration drone, like once a day. So, we could put that, another like engineering thing. So there's a ship hangar bay, and then there's also a tape drone delivery bay.
Yeah.
And so Barbie Barbaro is waiting for all these people to either kill each other or become pure energy, and then she's just gonna send the recording out to other affiliate stations. Oh, it's the affiliate drone delivery bay. This is where they get like national news and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
okay, that's good. I think so.
Oh, and I've got another clue. Assistant producer Gail Simonson basically turned off the broadcasting equipment.
This was going to be my next question: is how did the station get shut down? And before she became fully infected, Gail G. Simonson turned it off. So Barbie Barbaro is trying to turn it back on, and
she doesn't know how. Hopefully, the players will do it. And if not, they'll send out all the drones.
That's right. And if the players, I guess, are trustful, then and turn the power back on, then that's bad. But hopefully, they will figure out.
Yeah, they'll turn the power back on, and eventually, like it's going to take some time. So some clocks. We have some infected people. That will so I would say clock 1 or event 1 is Leslie goes to stage 2. Event 2 is Leslie goes to stage 3 and transforms into pure energy, which is quite destructive and dangerous. Other events is that the drone the tape copying will finish. And then I think we need to, let's see, other things we need to do to prep is we need to put all of these people in specific places by default with some ideas of where they might go. And then we can also come up with, some other crazy events. One person has enough. They're finally, trying to escape or something.
Yeah, let's put them in a location.
Oh, I've got one more location-based clue, is that when the players arrive, they arrive in the green room. It's immediately out of the hangar for guests on the station. Oh, sorry. Can we also add a cooking studio? Let's add a cooking studio.
Yes, of course.
For preparing your freeze-dried food in 7 new ways.
Okay, but then I want to add a celebrity chef. Somewhere in here.
A visitor to the station, someone who doesn't know much as well. Excellent.
Yes. Celebrity chef.
Let's see. What's a first letter?
Charlemagne LaFontaine.
Bam. This sounds like they make Cajun food, Rob.
They do make Cajun
French
food.
Oh, no, wait. They make Arcadian food.
They make Arcadian.
Which is Canadian Cajun food. It's no spice. I don't actually know anything about Arcadian.
I know, yeah.
It's a lot of oysters. Things that spacefarers cannot get. Not very popular.
Cajun. I mean, here's the thing. You, whoever runs this, us, you can do a Cajun accent if you want. It's there if you like it. Otherwise, but that's where I'm going with. Cajun chef, visitor to the station. Not too bright. Doesn't know what's going on.
Clue number 1 in the green room will be that all of the TVs for watching the live studio have been smashed.
Good.
Barbaro infects one of the others. Choose one. I would also put an event that Cajun chef Charlemagne LaFontaine says, "Oh, this gumbo's too spicy for me," and he like tries to. He's going to, if the players after it like an hour of weird things happening, he is going to attempt to use his chef's knife at the throat of the players and like drive me off this station.
Great. He loses it, threatens the players with his knife.
I also, in my notes, I had one idea for a twist that's going to throw all of our prep out the window, which I just wrote down Scooby-Doo while we were getting ready here. And I was like, what if one thing I haven't seen, and we could save this for our next Mothership actual prep, is a Mothership where someone pulls a Scooby-Doo. Where for some reason to
there
take
is
over,
no monster, but
all this is fake. they maybe have some technology that is quite scary and deadly, but it's all fake. So I could possibly see Barbie Barbaro making all this up and just like poisoning people. But I think this is too complicated. We should save it for one where there's a scary monster, like as our enemy, like a physical monster.
I love that. Let's put a pin in that and do that again soon, because it's perfect for it to be like a horrible space monster that turns out to be
it's just a bunch of drones that this guy put in rubber masks.
A guy in a suit. Oh yeah. Like a weird exosuit that just like looks like a scary alien for some reason. Wait, to drive down property prices and buy up,
right? Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. That's so good. I wish we'd come up with that, but we gone too far on the ear conqueror worm. But
yeah, no, I like the ear conqueror worm. We could also, there are so many. There's so many good lines from this poem. By the way, I looked it up while we were.
This is a
mutter and mumble low.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we've been prepping
human
for
gore imbued. That's a good one.
I know.
Sorry.
Oh,
great poem.
The horror, the soul of the plot. That's a good tagline for this.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what would we probably have another like half hour of work here to do, putting these in locations and putting connections between the locations. But I think we're at the stage where we should look back over what we've done and either spice it up a notch, or try and to speak in a language that celebrity chef Charlemagne Le Fontaine can understand, what really ties the dish together. We don't want this to be all so more connections between people and places, and like knowledge of things that point players to other parts of the station. Those are always good.
Okay. All right. So let's talk through the sort of the structure of the adventure very broadly. It's a mothership, so it's loose, but like the players arrive, they are in the green room where guests to the station are greeted. They see some evidence. There's some evidence they can find about La Fontaine, about what happened. All the TVs are smashed. And then they go deeper. They can go directly to the center and find Barbie Barbaro, who wants them to turn the power back on, or they can poke around where they will meet one or more. Here's the thing that we need to. Sorry, when we got sidetracked, Matt. We got to figure out where everybody else is. So Fontaine is in the kitchen, of course.
He eventually wants out, so he has hidden himself in the freezer in the kitchen.
Great.
So, and this is where in Mothership it's a great system for like loose dungeon designing. You can just like make, I'm just drawing a little flow chart where hangar connects to green room, and green room connects to the 0G broadcast studio, which next to that, and also connected to the green room, is our production area. And then
I think it makes sense for Collingsworth and Jimmy to be in the living quarters, maybe just having a drink.
Yeah. Oh, they're waiting for rescue in the hab room, which also, let's say, I'm sort of imagining this as a wheel.
Yeah.
So
yep.
Yes. Living room. And then
I think that Hagelman is in he's in engineering broadcast, because he's trying to track down a lead. He's trying to figure out what happened. And I think that Leslie is in the broadcast archive.
Yeah, I think that works. Though remember our villain, do we want to put our villain near the site of the ultimate crime where our drone bay is, which I think is probably off of production. Let's put her in. Oh, she could be in engineering with whoever is in engineering, eventually going to infect them when she gets a chance.
Great. Okay. So she's in engineering with Mike Hagelman. And I just want to put Leslie somewhere different just for fun. Leslie's in the
yep. Mike Hagelman's suspicious, arrogant, probably knows what's going on, but has no idea. The one person he is not suspicious of is Barbie Barbaro.
Leslie's in production because Leslie is trying to do their job for some reason.
And then I didn't have anywhere else to put it, so I put the cooking studio between the living quarters and engineering. It's
perfect.
It's because it needs gravity, but it's also the cooking studio / mess.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
And then let's see, do I have all of our places? Yeah, engineering, and then off of engineering is a special like broadcast tower for local broadcasts. Okay, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 locations, which is
great.
More than enough for a one shot, and they all connect to at least
that's perfect.
2 more.
That is a good number. That is kind of what I aim for in a mothership. Yeah, 8 to 10.
Yeah. And then and then I think it's good for, so Mothership is an ultimate OSR game. You really have no idea what's going to happen. It's still going to be fun if the players, for no reason or just suspicion, shoot Barbie Barbaro in the head 2 minutes after meeting her. Even if it's not, it's but it's a good idea to kind of imagine what could happen as like a final triumph or failure.
Yeah.
So obviously, I think putting some places that are traps, like if the players try and go to the drone bay to send it, there's a place with a whole room full of working monitors in the production studio that Barbie Barbaro has rigged to play the jingle, and there's like 4 monitors that you have to smash in a brief amount of time, otherwise you will get infected.
The only other thing that I would add, and it's optional, but if I were going to run this, is I would draw up some kind of like horror stats, maybe for Barbie or for somebody who's like in a transition from 2 to 3, so that we can have a combat encounter. And the other thing that I would add is some rules for the players being exposed to the ear Conqueror Worm, maybe just like a sanity check or something, or they become infected. This is just fiddly. You can do this. We can do this later. But those are the things I think are missing from the.
No. I think I got you with the ear Conqueror Worm. Is that if you listen to the entire jingle, you have to make a sanity check every 10 minutes of in-world time, or you start humming the thing whenever you're not talking. When you start talking, you talk in a little sing-songy voice. And it is a, bio, I forget what the exact skill is, but like biochemistry, medicine skill to determine that, the only way to dislodge it from your brain is to damage your brain.
So, damage your brain, sedate yourself.
A concussion.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why Jimmy Burns is so suspicious, is he actually saved himself because he has a history of concussions. He has CTE.
Yeah.
From playing space football.
Jimmy's immune, or at least like resistant, because he's got too much head trauma from
give
playing
your players who are Marines
0G Spaceball.
Give them advantage on this save for being a Marine,
for being meatheads,
and then
being crayon eaters.
Stage 2 is where you make the panic check, and you have to tell the players, describe how you have to get the earworm out of your head. If you fail, you're going to try and play the song to listen to it. Because when you listen to a song, you finally kind of get it out.
Finally gets it out of your head. Yeah.
I'm actually thinking, I do like the jingle. I was thinking for a second, it's a really catchy music song, but we don't have any music people here, so I like personal injury lawyer jingle.
I mean,
going back to
do they have? Where is
combat sort of danger encounter when someone becomes stage 3 pure vibration? Like they vibrate until they cause some kind of shock wave in the area that would do damage to you. It can do damage to systems, which means we had one person vibrate out. Where is that damage on our map? Let's say it's in their
it's in the living quarters. That's where that's where what's her name? Where
Leslie's
Gail G. Simonson.
Gail G. Simonson's damaged room where she exploded.
Perfect.
And then if you wanna, if your game is getting boring and weird, have someone explode where it causes space problems.
Yeah.
And
I
then
don't explode and there's a breach or it knocks out a critical system or something. Yeah. That's
and
good.
then Barbie Barbaro, let's just make her Captain America.
Okay.
She's not Superman, but she is at the peak of human performance.
She's super strong, super fast.
Yeah. She's not supernaturally strong, but like in every category other than normal knowledge about how the world works, she has the, you have to make a check for her. It's at the highest of human
physical specimen. Yeah.
Human capabilities, Olympian level. At everything. And then could we have some other weird combat? The stereotypical is just have someone, a normal person, like try and fight someone.
We have that with LaFontaine, and maybe he's better with knives than he has any right to be, and that's a combat encounter. He starts trying to kill people with his chef's knives, and he's shockingly good at it.
Yeah, we could always add, I just can imagine that actually in the broadcast studios, someone has rigged an evil camera drone that, follows you, it uses its auto following things. It's actually this huge flying thing, and it can hurt you with, flashing lights, ramming you.
Yeah, maybe it just starts like smashing into people. Maybe it just that
is a pretty good combat encounter. Is in 0G. There's a very maneuverable flying drone.
Maybe it's a swarm of like baseball sized like camera drones that they just start like flinging themselves at the players, and they're getting pummeled by a bunch of autonomous drones.
Yeah. Okay. Events. If the players are messing with things too much, the camera drones, which were just kind of floating around inert in this 0G, can be controlled in the production studio, and then we can stat up that swarm of things.
Perfect. Okay, that's plenty. That's good. That's now, lots of things that can physically harm the players.
There's a lot of things that can be hacked and controlled. We've got that as a check. There's some weird science things to analyze. There's a lot of weird engineering things. Let's go back to the hook, which is, I would say we can give a couple, which is if the players are just space truckers, they just come across this station where it shouldn't be. And if they analyze the data, it shows it's been drifting off course for 2 days. And if the players are, sorry, I need to be looking at my Warden's operation manual.
I think a good one would be maybe the players just love this TV station and their favorite TV station goes offline. And they gotta find out why. Maybe they love listening to Caroline Collingsworth every night as they're bunking down.
Yeah,
and suddenly it goes offline.
Yeah, we should make a little set of what is it? Who's your favorite host on the show?
That's right.
Are you a fan of Caroline Collingsworth, or do you love?
Are you
what was the guy
Chip
who died?
Dawson man?
Chip Dawson. And then
Tuning in. Oh God, wait. Sorry, we need one more. We need a weather guy. We got a space weather guy. Hang on.
Yeah, since we have the event of the chef using knives to try and get out, the space weather guy is actually like really good at tech, and maybe he is the person who will try and murder them. Oh, space weather guy, Weatherbot 7. Oh, an android.
Yes, that's right. Weatherbot 7 is an android who and I don't think androids are immune to the ear conqueror worm, but they're resistant.
They're maybe more vulnerable.
Yes.
They're easier to fix, but like you make that first sanity save at disadvantage, but like to purge it from your routines, like someone just has to shut you down and reboot you in safe mode.
Weatherbot 7. I love that. Okay. And yeah, Weatherbot 7 will try to kill the players
with the camera drones. And Weatherbot 7 has like handgun, arm gun, Doppler radar that will,
Doppler gun. Great.
Excellent.
Weatherbot 7 reports on the solar winds.
Yeah, that's right.
And sunspot
radiation and stuff radiation like levels, that. That's a great fighting an android, great combat encounter. We'll need to describe out each of the living and guest rooms, but I think and most of this is autonomous, right? Our camera operator and the assistant producers, with the assistance of computers, do all the editing and broadcasting and station maintenance. I love that they have like no engineer, no person who's actually good at ships, because the players always have that.
They always do, yeah. Okay, perfect. There's obviously more that we could do, but I feel like we've got a pretty rich tapestry here to tie together and to finish up. I think we have most of the big questions pointed to, and I'm seeing a very nice framework here.
Listeners, if you were prepping along with us, we hope you run the Ear Conqueror Worm Death on SPRN Action News 7 and have some fun with your players. If we ever type this up, we will post it, of course, at patreon.com/Dungeon Master of None. Link in the show notes.
As always, thanks for listening, everybody, and keep rolling them dice.